Right, let's start clapping our hands. Oh, he's all the way from Australia. Welcome to the stage, Marty Bright.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Alan did mention I'm from Australia. Both my parents are from here. I do have a Kiwi passport. Can I stay? Yeah. Some of you are like, not fucking yet. All right. I've only just gotten on the stage. What's that?
Just the summer.
Just the summer. Yeah, I know people make assumptions when they look at me, and you're wrong. I don't live in my van anymore. It's in the shop. People assume they see the dreads, they go, "Oh, you must smoke a lot of weed," and that is really not true at all. I'm more of an edibles man myself. It runs in the family. My mum smokes bongs. Anyone else's mum smoke bongs? Does yours? Yeah? Hey, you haven't lived until you've smoked bongs and watched Antiques Roadshow with your own mother. It's a good time. My mum did bongs when I was a kid. She was great at hiding her bong use, right? She would always do it when we were at school. So when we come home, she would have dust busted all the smoke up just in time. Or we were home, but she could hear the steps down a long hallway and she could stash it before we got there. But as a result, I was 12 years old and I didn't know what marijuana was. I didn't know what weed was. I had no drug education, but my brother and I, we kept hearing this noise all around the house. Had no idea what the hell it was. Always in a different space. We'd be playing in one room and then we would hear it off in the distance, just... Playing video games, and then we would hear it again, opposite end of the house, just... Pause it, save it. No idea my mum was using drugs in the house, just convinced we had some secret room in the house that had a jacuzzi in it, like a spa bar, something like that. But I know what people think when I come on stage. People say, I feel some people tense up, they're like, who the fuck? So we play for a comedy show, not this fucking dream catcher salesman, get off the stage. I actually feel quite accepted here by my dress sense in New Zealand. I feel people are quite open-minded. I don't get many dirty looks. I've done a lot of shows in Australia, small town gigs in Australia, not known for being particularly progressive and open-minded. If you've ever been to small town regional Australia, I did a gig in a local pub and this huge Aussie dude came up to me after the gig. Like I hadn't even left the main room. He just came walking towards me with this like aggressive look in his eyes. But then he put out his hand for a handshake, so I was like, oh, mixed signals. Didn't know what to do, didn't want to offend him in his pub. So I just like put my hand out, watched it disappear into his giant Incredible Hulk trucker hand that they have in the country. And then my hand just went up and down and he looked straight at me and he was like, "Oi mate, are you one of those meditation books?" Some of you are laughing, you understand that's an out-of-date homophobic slur. Either that or you're just thinking, well, did you answer the man? Don't leave us hanging. But I do like Kiwi audiences. You respect the theatre more than your Australian counterparts. Last gig I did in Australia, someone in the front row pulled out a selfie stick in the middle of the show and took a photo. Not even of me, just of themselves. Right? That's what you guys probably know. You know that's rude, right? Yeah. You don't need a spatula to take a photo, okay? All you need is the old method that we used before the selfie stick. Remember what you had to do before you had that option? You had to gather the whole group around and then sacrifice the least important person in the group. Remember that? Most of you laughing. A couple of you just having flashbacks. You're like, I did take a lot of photos in the 90s. You never have to tell the person that they're the one to take the photo because they've always got good instincts. They always know the perfect time to jump in and save you that awkward moment. They're like, oh, I'll take it. No, it's me. I'll take it. Yeah. You're so nice out loud. You're like, oh, would you? But in your head, you're like, it was always you. What are you, my cousin's roommate? Who invited you? The same person that was using the selfie stick, they were also texting in the front row. Big no-no. Alan mentioned that. They were so close I could see the emojis that they were using clearly. Right? I want to ban the emoji. Anyone with me on that? I feel like we're going to be back to hieroglyphics really fucking soon if we keep this up. Using symbols for everything. I've got a problem with this eggplant emoji that seems to be very popular. So, do you know what the eggplant emoji means? No idea. What's your name, sir? Albert. So we're all gonna, everyone that knows what it means, we're gonna tell Albert. 3, 2, 1. Penis! Did you get that? Yeah, I can get that. Okay. Have you ever had 150 people shout penis at you simultaneously? Never. Oh, there we go. It's a milestone. Merry Christmas. Eggplant means penis. Was this a boardroom meeting decision? Did the directors of Apple and Samsung get together and vote this was going to be the symbol of cock for the rest of humanity? Probably contributing to the high rates of men's depression in the Western world. Setting the bar way too high with this purple monster, right? I've seen what it's doing to people. I was in Countdown the other day, I saw a guy crying in front of the eggplant. Look at the girth, like. I just want to make Baba Ganoush, now I can't even imagine. But you guys, you seem like you're respecting the show, you're into the show, I love that. I've also noticed a lot of dates around. Make some noise if you're on a date. Alright. Brother sister combos in the back. Okay. Hi, see, are you on a first date? Couple of guys? No, see I don't think comedy is a good idea for a first date. Anything too fun is not a good idea. Because it releases the serotonin in your brain. You think you're in love. Motherfucker, you just like 10-pin bowling, okay? Single people in the house, start with the hardcore emotional shit, work your way up to the fun stuff as a reward. So any single people in the room tonight, next time you go on a first date, relationship counseling straight away, okay? Lock yourself in a room with a professional, figure out if you're compatible, and then when you've been together for 10 years on your anniversary, that's when you're allowed to go to Sushi Train, okay? Flip it around a bit. I was trying to, speaking of dating, I was trying to use the Tinder app for a little bit, and it didn't go well for me. I went on one Tinder date, and I thought it went pretty well. At the end of the date, she was quite forward with, quite explicit with telling me that she wanted to have relations. To fuck. And I said no, I wasn't in the mood, that's all good, fair enough. I thought, okay, I'll see you again soon. Didn't hear anything from her. A week later, went back on Tinder, saw her profile again. Same photos, same text, except down the bottom, hashtag, no hippies. 100% true? That is awful, but also kind of funny. I can see the funny side of it. Right, I also was dating someone who from the South Island. Have we got any South Islanders in? Oh, the guy that just went to take a shit during my set? Okay, cool. Cheers, man. Thanks for your support. I was about to involve you. Thank you. But the person I was dating, it was down on the South Island, and we had some climate conflict in the bedroom, because I'm used to 35-degree Eastern Australian coast nights, and it was the dead of winter down in Christchurch, but I decided not to try and compromise on the room temperature when we were trying to get intimate. I just said, look, it's your place, home ground advantage, I'll just settle for whatever temperature you want, which was not good, because I don't want to be having sex and feeling like I'm in the final scene of Titanic, you know? You see my breath? Never let go. You feel my legs shaking, she's like, are you going to finish? I'm like, no, I have pneumonia at this point. Someone came up to me recently and they said, oh, just do it the Kiwi way, go under the covers. And that doesn't help me. You can't do every position under the covers, can you? Ever try to do doggy style under the covers? Yes? You feel like two dogs, yeah. That have been caught by the fucking dog catcher, right? You got a net over you. My ankles are cold. This sucks. Can you get a heater in here or something? That was just for this chick over here that apparently loves doggy. So, do you know about doggy, Albert? Okay, good. That was going to get weird. We're going to have like 150 people demonstration in here. No, thank you. I did actually have a milestone this year in January because first of all, my parents are from here. My dad is from Nelson. You guys know Nelson? Yeah, and my mum is from Palmerston North. You guys know Palmerston North? Yeah. That's always what happens. I say to people, hey, my dad's from Nelson. They go, oh, Nelson's nice. They go, oh, my mum's from Palmerston North. And I go, oh, Nelson's nice. So when I came over here this year, in like January, I had a milestone. I bought my first full fare Air New Zealand flight. I graduated from Jetstar. Yeah, because I'm sick of having to turn up to the Jetstar terminal wearing every item of clothing that I plan to take on the trip. It's like the middle of summer, I've got like 8 layers, balaclava, hello, can you fly now? Take my own food on these budget airlines, because they don't obviously give you food, so I take water and chips just to get me by, so I don't have to pay $14 for a muffin once I get up in the air. Some people go way overboard though, with the smuggling of the food. There was a guy in the aisle across from me. He was eating a whole countdown chicken on the plane. You know, in the Ziploc bag, you know that one? We hadn't even taken off, he was just sucking the bone. I managed to look through the aisle, people were still walking, and I managed to look over. It was reduced to clear as well. Discount poultry at 12,000 feet, not even free range, organic, anything like that. Just some factory farm chicken kept in this little cage this big, probably its entire life, and then the only time it got to fly. Oh. There is one thing I miss about being up in Australia, and that is the drunk, bogan pirate language that goes on up there. It is hilarious to just walk down the street and keep your ears open to some of the bullshit that people say, because no one's checking each other's grammar. Recently, I heard the most Aussie/polite thing I'd ever heard. It was 2 drunk Aussie construction workers in their high-vis coming out of a petrol station, just wobbling and drunk, and one of them had a Kit Kat, and he offered drunk construction worker number 2 some of his Kit Kat. Guy number 2 refused, but then guy number 1 insisted that he take some of the Kit Kat. But it was the Aussie polite version. So it sounded like this. It was like, Oi mate, do you want to have some of my fucking, yeah. Do you want some of my Kit Kat, mate? What? Yeah, no mate, I'm good. Yeah, no, I already ate. Yeah, no. Oi, just fucking take one, you cunt. Isn't that the most Aussie and simultaneously polite sentence you've ever heard? I feel like Australia is the only country on the planet where you can start a sentence with fuck, end it with cunt, and then 2 people end up with chocolate at the end of that sentence. Hey guys, that's me. Enjoy the rest of the night. Alex can come back to the stage. Merry Christmas. See you later. Bye.